Good afternoon, everyone. I am Vlad. This is the Burgundy Rainbow Post-Game Report for Saturday, January 20th, 2018. The New York Rangers in town to face the Colorado Avalanche. The Avalanche are red hot right now coming into tonight's contest. They are winners of 8 in a row and facing one of the division leaders in the Eastern Conference, so let's get down to it. If you are watching this game, you got to see the Avalanche take advantage of the Rangers early on, peppering Henrik Lundqvist with a fair amount of shots throughout the first period. Shot totals were 12-5 for the entire first period. And out of those 12 shots, one of them found their way past Henrik Lundqvist, and that was on a shot by Erik Johnson. He scored his 7th goal of the season. Mikko Rantanen and Nathan MacKinnon got the assists on the play. Avs lead 1-0 after 1. Shortly after the start of the second period, Nathan MacKinnon decided, well, he wanted to keep the party rolling along, so he ends up getting his 23rd goal of the season at 3:24, giving the Avalanche a 2-0 lead. Erik Johnson returning the favor, giving him an assist, and Mark Barberio getting an assist on the play as well. Avs lead 2-0, but a couple of minutes later, the Rangers would score on the power play, and there goes Jonathan Bernier's shutout bid. Avs lead 2-1 after 2 periods, and some interesting action, although not of the interesting in the good way variety for the third, as the Rangers started to put a little bit more pressure on the Avs, but about halfway through, the Avs started waking up and started to fight back a little bit harder. Rangers would pull Henrik Lundqvist in the last couple of minutes, to no avail, as Mikko Rantanen would score an empty net goal at quite literally the last second to ice the game. 3-1 is the final from Pepsi Center. The Avalanche win their 9th consecutive game in a row. They sweep the series against the Rangers. They sweep the homestand, remain perfect in 2018. And currently have the longest winning streak in the NHL this season so far. Let's look at a couple of the numbers here. The Avalanche outshot the Rangers 37-28, and 1 penalty per team today, so a total of 4 penalty minutes today. So special teams, unfortunately, didn't get the job done for the Avs tonight on the on the penalty kill, but they did manage to take advantage on the power play. I believe that was a power play goal that Johnson scored there in the first. So it was a great way to close out the homestand. We started to see a couple of bad habits creeping into the Avalanche's game. We didn't really see, outside from a couple of breakaways with Kerfoot and Comfer and Soderberg, a lot of the supporting cast remained relatively quiet. Of course, in a 3-1 game, you're not going to really see a whole lot of production that gets spread out, but you want to see more contribution from the rest of your offense. And from what I could tell, the Avalanche didn't really seem to have a whole lot on that tonight. Erik Johnson was our shot leader. He had 5 shots on goal. So did Nikita Zadorov. Tyson Jost had 4 shots. So did Mark Barberio. Nathan MacKinnon and Mikko Rantanen had 3 shots each. And the rest are all 2s and 1s. And the occasional 0 here and there. So, as cliche as it sounds, you want your best players to be your best players. And your best players continue to be your best players, as evidenced with MacKinnon still putting up points, Rantanen putting up points, and Jonathan Bernier has been red hot. 1 goal tonight, and just extending his win streak here in Denver. Doing a sensational job filling in for the injured Semyon Varlamov, and he, as I said in the post game on Thursday night against San Jose, he's a very big reason why the Avalanche are continuing to have success. He's looked pretty good this season on this run, You want your goaltending to be solid, especially now heading into this upcoming road trip. You want your goaltending to be solid as you go into opposing buildings, because you're not going to get the favorable matches you want. So goaltending has to be sound. Special teams, of course, have been good. Overall, the Avs penalty kill is second in the league right now. So there's not much room left for improvement, at least not there. So penalty kill is strong. We would like to see some more points on the power play if possible. 5-on-5 has been pretty good. Again, a couple of lazy plays here today in the Avalanche's end, and that was the case on on Thursday against San Jose. So hopefully the Avalanche can clean that up here on the road trip. So let's take a look at that road trip real quick here. The Avs are going to go on a 6-game roadie here. Starting on Monday, they will be in Toronto to face the Toronto Maple Leafs. And then the following day, they will be in Montreal to face the Montreal Canadiens. And then on Thursday, they will be in St. Louis to take on the Blues at Scott Trade Center. The All-Star game actually breaks up this road trip. So this is going to be an interesting road trip. So in regards to timing. But one way to look at it is we have two separate 3-game roadies separated by the All-Star break. So the Avs will get a little bit of a breather. They'll have a 4-day break after the game in St. Louis. And then on the 30th, they will be in Vancouver to face the Canucks. February 1st, they'll be in Edmonton to take on the Edmonton Oilers. And on Saturday, they will be in Winnipeg to face the Jets before returning home on February 6th to rematch against the San Jose Sharks. So a lot of winnable games here. Toronto has struggled of late. Montreal has as well. St. Louis, of course, is very strong. Vancouver could be a toss-up. Edmonton has also struggled this season. Winnipeg has played very well. Of course, the Avs have played very well against the Winnipeg Jets so far this season. So this could be a huge statement here on the road with the Avs going into such a long road schedule. Of course, this game against San Jose is their only break to come home, and then they go right back on the road for 3 more games, and then the Avs are here for 1 more, and then another roadie, and then they come back for 1 more game, 3 more roadies after that. So a lot of road games coming up, so this is going to really test the character of this Avs team. They've shown remarkable resilience in 2018 thus far, and if they can translate those home wins into success on the road, they can really make some noise as long as they can be consistent. So that's going to wrap it up here from Pepsi Center. I will be back on February 6th for that game against the San Jose Sharks. So I will see you in a couple of weeks. Until next time, I am Vlad. This has been the Burgundy Rainbow post-game report. Avalanche victorious, 3-1, 9 straight wins. And for continuing conversation on tonight's Avalanche game, head to burgundyrainbow.com, go to the Burgundy Rainbow Discord, and head to the GDD channel. And as always, stay tuned to burgundyrainbow.com for continuing conversation and coverage on the Colorado Avalanche as they head out on the road. I am Vlad. This has been the post-game show, and until next time, let's go Avs.